time to celebrate. It's time to party. Prince Andrew just got arrested. My sister just came up and told me, but the stream was reconnecting, so it didn't go through. But yes, justice for the motherfucking victims. Justice reigns from above. Know that. Oh, that's amazing. That's just honestly. Wow, wow, wee, wow. I should rename this stream to Prince Andrew just got arrested. Oh, nope, I didn't want to do that. Properties. Go on the properties. Why does it look like it's cropped? I'm really confused by that. I'm just gonna try and see if I remove it and then add it back. So apparently, I don't know if I put this on. I don't know if you can hear me. But apparently Prince Andrew just got arrested. Apparently he I don't know too much about it because my sister came and told me, but apparently Prince Andrew just got arrested. And I think that's really, really, good. Don't know why it took me long to say good. But it's such a milestone. For people who got all of the shit coming out, it's clear to me, well, not clear, but like, to me, it seems like he's said to the royal family, like, and owned up about his shit. Because I don't think the royal family would have imprisoned him if he didn't own up. Because if he just denied, then I feel like they would suck his dick about it. Right? I feel like they would go on about it. I'm gonna play Thrones and Liberty later because I have somewhere to go today. But that is weird. It is meant to be like that. Maybe I just have to have the chat box on this side because then it doesn't look weird. If I do this now, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's just meant to be on that side. Alright, fair enough. But yeah, I think it's just kind of like, I don't know if anything like that is going to happen in America because you got people lying under oath you know, people that are in the government that just lie straight up and think that it's fine. And like, you know, I don't want to be biased, you know, but at least we don't do that around here. We actually take care. But there's more. This is the point I'm making. There's more than Prince Andrew that were English that was involved in the files, and they haven't been arrested yet. Though they might not have like as much evidence clear as Prince Andrew, it is very, very clear he lied. Do you know what we should do? I've got a little idea. I'm gonna put my gaming capture on. I'm gonna then it's all a bit technologic, innit? I'm then gonna probably change the name of the stream, to be honest. Enlarge. Maybe put it. No. Put it there. Move my social things. What? What? Oh, I can't move them. Social things there. Lock that in. Oh, it's a little bit odd looking. There. But also move that like just there. And we're gonna have a look at what is going on in the world at the minute. And then I'm gonna change this to a just chance. Yeah. Oh no. Making sure that's in. I changed the name of the stream. Nope, that's what I'm doing right now. Nope. Hey. Okay. Alright. I watched that because he was on Jubilee, alright? BBC News. Whoa!
Windsor, and that's where you get this intersection between a private family and a public institution. It's one of the extraordinarily glamorous, heady, contradictory aspects of this institution of state that we find so fascinating, but which is also an extraordinary design flaw. And I think it's precisely because of that design flaw that we find it so gripping. Will Andrew effectively be convicted under the title of his own family into which he was born? And the bigger question, crucially, is what is the long-term impact on monarchy?
Indeed. Before we move on to that long-term impact, I just want to stress that Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has been arrested.
Get rid of the monarchy!
He's always denied any wrongdoing. But just to go back to your last point there, long-term impact on the royal family, what are your thoughts?
Well,
she's kind of giving cunt, I'm not even gonna lie. I know that she's a bit of a twat, I think, but is that Anne? I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know.
So they're anyway skating on increasingly thin ice.
I don't know this.
Drip, 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 finally now with an arrest, I think exacerbates the generational divide. I think for some who are dyed-in-the-wool believers of monarchy, they think, okay, Andrew's an exception, rotten apple, get him out of the car, we'll carry on as before. I think especially for the younger generation, they think, whoa, hang on a minute.
Sorry about that, guys.
This man wasn't held to account much sooner. What of all the allegations around sexual misconduct, which actually have led to his arrest for misconduct in a public office? And more broadly, why did the royal family protect him for so long? I think actually on a BBC platform yesterday, Radio 1, Prince William did a whole shebang on mental health. This was a chance really for our great news corporation of state to challenge the future king over actually where next in terms of how do you account for having reared this individual, protected him. He is one of yours for so long. And yet you don't find yourselves able to say, sorry, we gave him Buckingham Palace to do that interview, that BBC Two interview from. Sorry that we pushed away inquiries, and I can testify to that, by the way, between 2011 and 2019 regarding Virginia Giuffre and the accusations. Sorry. So for me, as a monarchist light, someone who's spent a lot of her life, probably more than is healthy, researching monarchy and talking about monarchy, someone who wants it to work, I'm saying, why can't we have...
I'm not laughing at that. I was laughing at what the hell just happened.
Because actually they facilitated Andrew, they protected him for so long. And I think also me as a correspondent or a historian, and you as the BBC, we also need to question ourselves about whether we held that institution to account sufficiently. And I go back to that interview yesterday, Williams, about mental health.
Okay.
We shouldn't be driving harder on the questions, for example, of financial reform, because also misconduct in a public office, that's all about Andrew feathering his nest. One just quick word in favour of the king. Charles consistently said that Andrew should not be made a trade envoy. His mother, the late Queen, wanted it, and Tony Blair wanted to do the Queen a favour. At that time, it was post Diana's death. It was a very challenging period for monarchy, but it was against the advice of his elder brother, Charles.
Just on that, I mean, you talked about the way you said he's been protected. That was your words, but he was. Do you think that the atmosphere changed after the Queen died? Do you think that there was a sea change in the way they handled matters to do with former Prince Andrew?
I think as there has been this growing evidence in the public domain that there was only one direction of travel, I think the royal family slowly woke up to the reality that this is going to get worse long before it gets better, and therefore we need to detach more quickly. 2019, there was a sort of card shuffle. He was no longer a working royal. Then we had the great big payoff, you'll remember, where he doesn't admit to any form of guilt around the Giuffre civil case, but there is considerable money that changes hands. Again, no real clarity about where those millions of pounds came from. I think that would be helpful for transparency's sake to know. Was that from that untaxed pocket of money that the royal family have called the Duchy of Lancaster? If so, again, I think we could look to perhaps reforming financially their extraordinarily privileged position. I think, and for me, when I talk to Gen Z, I'm long in the tooth now, but when I talk to the young ones who are all struggling financially, they go back to this idea of privilege. And the thing is, if you're privileged, that privileged, if you're born a son of a monarch, if you're part of the monarchy, if you run the monarchy,
Yeah.
king or future king, you have so many more choices than the average person on the street. That's what privilege is about. It's about options. And by goodness, Andrew had options. He was able to have Giuffre. In the end, it affected her so badly. We know she took her own life. Slopped away. They thought that would be the end of it. Tuck him away into a corner of Sandringham. Again, okay, private property of the royal family, but one that we take pride in.
What's Sky saying?
In our royal family.
You know, I'm just thinking of other potential investigations. You might be looking for an individual item. You know, if there's an investigation regarding, you know, a thing or a particular offence that centres around an item, you might need to find that item.
The Grand Duke of York, he raped 10,000 women. Sorry, I can't. I'm gonna get arrested. Honestly, the UK, because I live in the UK, I'm gonna get arrested.
So it might be
Put my hands up.
individual discs. It might be
Put my hands up right now.
drives with information, data,
Saying like,
computer equipment, laptop.
I didn't mean what I said.
All that kind of equipment. There may be some information that they have around what Andrew may, when they're looking at misconduct in public office, what he may have received in return for sharing information. We know
you're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III.
With Epstein, so there may be some items that are looking for which were given in return. So it's difficult to say, but I think the key element will be around getting items.
What's the Americans saying? Oh, jeez!
Information can be stored, images can be stored, and there may be some specific items that
Thank you.
be aware of in his travels.
Do you know why I got jump scared then? Do you know why? Because I haven't had my... Shut up for 2 seconds, sorry. I haven't had my... hang on, it's still going on the stream. I haven't had my sound alerts working for ages. They haven't been working. They've not been working. And then as soon as somebody follows, it's like... Honestly, jump scare. Right, I want to see which one's the best American news station? ABC News, CBS News. I feel like ABC, I feel like I hear bad things about their news channel. They got 19.3 mil. I feel like they're a bit better. I don't know.
Over 100 miles away from his
Norfolk? Just try and say Norfolk. Wait, go back. Go back. I know it's live.
From his royal residence where he lived for 20 years to the king's privately owned estate in Norfolk. Over
Norfolk. It's Norfolk. I've been Norfolk.
100 miles away from his previous home amid the fallout. Earlier, George Stephanopoulos spoke to ABC News World.
A moment of quirk of fate. He could have been the man who was the king. This is really, shocking beyond belief. The police on royal estates, the fact that on his 66th birthday, no less, he's been arrested. He's now going to be
NBC. NBC. Okay.
A report be interviewed under caution. So that this is.
I'm kind of like subscribed to all of like the news channels. Oh, are they live? Yeah. Are they?
Had a reputation of being sort of
NBC.
Very arrogant, very self-assured individual. To go from.
I'm kind of subscribed to all of them, so I'll just subscribe.
Which I understand he still is in line, and all the privileges he's
this is what was on Sky though, so I'm really confused how they can copy and paste.
His well-being, his support, and make sure that he is given.
Please search properties in Norfolk and Berkshire. 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 Yeah, it's Berkshire. It'll be Berkshire.
And the police compile the evidence. They try and pull together the best evidence they can. They
Let me have a look.
that to the CPS, and if
MBS outsource its news when
they look to pursue
it abroad.
There is there not? an iteration of
Oh.
sequence of events that following any questioning of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor by officers from Thames Valley and any development.
That makes sense then. That makes sense.
Process,
But at least they're like,
file doesn't get presented to the CPS, that this doesn't go forwards.
at least there's like a news channel that isn't just solely based like in America.
Absolutely, and I think it's
They do like
a very, very important
all
point,
the types of
Gareth.
news, I
At
guess.
this point, we
Because
are-
you just don't like biased news stations. Like in the UK,
assessing all the information.
what's the one? The really, really bad one. What is it?
They're familiar with.
BBC is quite bad, I'm not gonna lie.
I think
But
the decision to arrest would indicate that they are.
oh, what is it?
Suggest that further questions and it would benefit them to be able to seize property from addresses across there. So although it's the address
GB News.
the arrest is made
In London, it's BBC and Sky One. Yeah.
Then seize properties elsewhere that are controlled by him. So
Yeah,
I
100%.
know from your reports that
Like BBC Northwest, just because that's where I live, and it's not that bad then. When it's just like BBC, in Japan it's NHK. Let me see if they said anything. NHK.
You're absolutely right. It may be that there's no charges put forward, or they may decide that there are charges put forward. But nevertheless, this event today would
NHK World.
impact on already
Yeah, they've posted up about it. They posted up about it 8 minutes ago. Former Prince Andrew reportedly arrested. I actually need to read up about it because although they keep chatting, I want to like read.
Always a pleasure to have you joining us. Thank you.
All right, so the BBC and other media outlets are reporting that former Prince Andrew has been arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor was stripped of his title Prince over his links to Jeffrey Epstein and financer who died after being indicated on sex abuse charges. Is that okay? They don't really have any information. It's probably because they can't copy and paste what other people are saying because they'll just get sued or some random shit. But also because the news, like reporting news, like the BBC gets straight news from the monarchy. You know what I mean? I heard the reason they're not arresting all the Epstein Island people is because it would upset the economy structure. Why would it affect it? Dude. No, I think right now it's in a case of there's not enough, like there's a lot of evidence, but like there's a lot of evidence to go through, number one, and number two, they need to do more investigations. I'd rather them take time to build a case that isn't going to fall apart than do it quick and then build a case that's just going to fall straight apart. But if that's true, that they aren't arresting everyone because it would upset the economy structure is such a no. I mean, that's obviously a theory, but everything about the Epstein Island was like a theory thing, and then as soon as the files have come out, the theories have been true. So it's like, well, you know, it's kind of makes sense that you would think like that, because if you've been proved right about one thing, why wouldn't you believe other things? Everyone wondering if Epstein is a cover for aliens or aliens a cover for Epstein. Obama confirmed aliens. Trump set to do a speech. I think I want aliens to be real. They need to save this country. Because, I mean, this country, this world, is getting fucked up. I trust aliens more than AI. Trump set to do a speech. Really?
The scene earlier today in Sandringham, close to Wood Farm.
When though?
Officers from Thames Valley Police arriving, and then in the other image that we have so far at the moment is of those vehicles parked with individuals.
When though?
Vehicles. Jenny, you have followed the royal family so closely over the years. Talk to us, if you will, a little bit about Andrew
the day after the Roswell crash.
On more than one occasion, and we know that this is his 66th birthday. How will the 66-year-old?
I'm not familiar with the Roswell crash. Oh, UFO legend caused by 1947 balloon crash.
The reality of the fact that he is no longer in the privileged position he was in before. Yes, he is arrogant. He always has been very.
You've got all of the receipts, but I heard June 24th, but I heard July 8th.
Many of the people around him, and some would say rather rude on occasions. He has been used to a life in which.
Oh, damn.
What he wants and jumps when he says jump. Now,
RA.
One assumes.
RAAF captures flying saucer on ranch in Roswell region.
He must find himself in at a police station. It's something he would never have experienced in his life.
It's 6:40 a.m. in Trump's location. Imagine if he just wakes up and goes, "I need to do a speech." No, he wouldn't be. He wouldn't get up bed like that. This is how Trump gets up out of bed.
As far as we know, his innocence in all wrongdoing. I imagine he now has a solicitor at his side. And I imagine at the palace they are considering what they can and cannot say, but I think they probably will say nothing.
Manuel! Manuel! South Korea also confirming they got a very large UFO that can probably take us off the planet, but the problem is you need psychic people to control the ship, and you only get that in kids with autism. I'm a kid with autism.
All of Sky News' analysis and insights into the background as well. You can hear from our royal commentator and royal correspondent Rhiannon Mills. There is imagery of Andrew from recent weeks as well, riding a horse at his previous residence at Royal Lodge. There is also a bit of insight and footage of his current residence, which is Wood Farm on the King's private Sandringham estate in Norfolk. If you head there, you will be able to see more, read more as well. You can also read some of the prior instances in which the royals have dealt with police attention. 2002, when Princess Anne's dog attacked two boys in Windsor Great Park, and she was fined at Slough Magistrates Court £500 for that instance. So there's an awful lot of the wider story, the wider stories as well on the live.
I don't understand why you said that. It's out of nowhere.
Statement that developed this morning that has brought us to where we are right now at 11:42. It was a statement shared by Thames Valley Police, who say as part of the investigation, we have today arrested a man in his 60s from Norfolk on suspicion of misconduct in public office and are carrying out searches at addresses.
Just say Andrew. Why did I have to say, "Oh, we've arrested a man in his 60s"?
National guidance. Please also remember that this case is now active, so care should be taken with any publication to avoid being in contempt of court. Assistant Chief Constable Oliver Wright added, following a thorough assessment, we have now opened an investigation into this allegation of misconduct in public office. It is important that we protect the integrity and objectivity of our investigation as we work with our partners to investigate this alleged offence. We understand the significant public interest in the case, and we will provide updates at the appropriate time. Let's just show you at this moment a live shot of Buckingham Palace. It is 11:43. It is Yet another grey day in the capital, and in many respects, a scene as usual on the outside of Buckingham Palace.
Wow.
Shortly too. But while all
You know,
outside,
there's always people near Buckingham Palace because everybody's there for tourism.
as that news develops,
Let me just say this right now.
to the throne, Andrew Mount
Even if we got rid, okay?
being arrested and detained.
Even if we got rid of the monarchy, tourism levels would dip a bit, but they still wouldn't dip because people are still willing. They're not going to knock down Buckingham Palace. People would travel all the way around the country to visit Buckingham Palace. The royals are known for making backdoor deals. I'm pretty surprised he got caught. I know, no, but this is the thing, right, is even the same thing happened with Jimmy Savile. Like, I don't know if you know who Jimmy Savile was, but he was like a prolific paedophile in the UK, right? He never saw any charges, and he was like overtly known as a paedophile. Like, everyone kind of knew he was kind of weird. And then he died not long after, like, loads of allegations started coming out about him. I know Jimmy Andrew's best friend. Yeah. In it. And, like, the royal family was actually fairly close with Jimmy Savile because I'm pretty sure Jimmy Savile got knighthood. Like, how, like, look, especially when the Queen was alive, obviously we know Prince Andrew was, like, her favourite. And, like, also then on top of that, to have Jimmy Savile have knighthood, they were covering up. They were like, we can't go down like this, so we've got to cover up everyone that we've been ever seen with.
Mr. Bruce, that at the time Andrew was seen as a perfect candidate. For
That's my opinion.
carried out that role on behalf of the United Kingdom and the government at the time and governments at the time to bolster ties and relations.
I think that's Margaret. Is that her name?
And investment on
Princess Margaret? I don't know.
both internally and externally. Although
Or Anne? Is it Anne or Margaret or whatever their names are?
After being stripped of his role as a working royal, after being stripped of his ability to even live in a crown estate property. That happened in recent weeks, that move from Royal Lodge in Windsor to that private estate that is owned.
I think what pisses me off the most is that we know that he was the Queen's favourite, and he got away with the shit that he got away with because he had so much. Like, with the other people, they had so much as well, but he had, like, a special love on top of that. So he got privileges that we wouldn't even think about, you know? And so for him to be a nonce on top of that, it's just kind of like, well, we kind of saw it coming in a way. Not saw it coming, but like, oh, be really careful what they say. But we've got to be careful because he's just gonna, like, people like that are just gonna increase if they don't get locked up. Because then, this is another thing, I know it's, like, out there, but what if a paedophile is watching, if a paedophile knew that he was a paedophile, and he's just watching him, like, not get arrested or whatever. And although he has, like, the monarchy behind him and all of that, and he's getting a little bit of pushback, a paedophile might just watch that and be like, oh yeah, I can get away with anything. You know what I mean? Because he got away with it. Why can't I? And a lot of the time that is that mentality because they are so manipulative. Like, you don't understand, they're so manipulative. I don't know. I was always under the assumption that all royals are kind of creepy and just for the money marriages. I know. No, they are. No. Let me reel you in. They are, because they're all inbred. A lot of the time, they used to marry their cousins, so they're all kind of inbred. They are weird. So there's that layer on top of it that they're inbred.
Moment when that statement was put out.
But like, but they're just weird because they don't have any like realness. That's what gets me. It's just it's one of them things. You remember one of them things that all right, I gotta go. Because I gotta go out like this. Yeah. The Egyptian are said to be very similar to the modern day royals with incest. I wouldn't, but, you know, I would, but I wouldn't deny that. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I gotta go. But I should be on later. This is only a quick stream anyways, because I tried to play Throne and Liberty before, but I need more RAM. So, yeah. I'm gonna go now. Bye.